and do a roll call.
I'll have Doria Landine do the roll call. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Hello. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Roll call. Alfonso Ruiz. Sergio Chavez. Victor Vasquez III.
Present.
Richard Charles Khan.
Present.
Rafael A. Martinez.
Present.
Mónica Molano.
Here.
Orlando D. Navarro.
Present.
Gerardo Sepúlveda II. Rodolfo Morales.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the February 19th, 2020 meeting?
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion passes. Since there are no communication items, go to action items. Discussion with possible action on recommendation for the expenditure of the park improvement fees and cash in lieu of land funds paid by the developers to be used exclusively for the acquisition, development, and improvement of land.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the committee. I wanted to make sure if you all got the Park Advisory Committee meeting communications of the agenda number 1. Did you all get a copy of that?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Do you want us to raise our hands if would that be easier than waiting for us to say yes?
Yes, yes, you can raise your hand, but I can't see you, Madam Chair, so you might have to just say verbally, okay? So
I raised my hand.
okay.
No, but there's a feature on the program. So each person can click and raise their hand.
Okay. All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here. I know we haven't met in 3 months or so. I think it's been. It's good to see everybody. See everybody again. Hope everyone's safe. Agenda that we're trying to approve these park and loop money for park improvement fees. We have 11 of them. As you can see, I'll go down the list of each one so you can read them out. I'll read them out in case you can't read them. And that's what we need you all to approve. And then on staff reports, we'll give you, I have Ms. Gracie Briones here, Ms. Anita Stanley here, as far as what's going on in our department. As you all know, there's a lot of things going on. What's open, what's not open. Probably you've been getting questions as well. And we just want to keep you up to date on what's going on with that. Okay. So if you look at the there's 11 parks that have park and money donations. We broke districts. Cuatro Vientos East, which is District 1. Los Presidentes subdivision, which is District 1. R&W Ranch subdivision, which is District 1. Subdivision, District 1. Lomas del Sur subdivision, District 2. Phoenix Village subdivision, which is District 2. Stanford Heights subdivision, District 5. The Loop subdivision, District 5. San Isidro Northeast subdivision, District 6. San Miguel subdivision at Plantation is District 6. And Hidden Heaven subdivision was District 6. I can give you the totals so that we can go through each one of them. If you want, I can give you the totals. Cuatro Vientos, 65,934. Los Presidentes subdivision, also District 1, 20,559. R&W Ranch, which is District 1, $59,059. Village South Subdivision, which is District 1, $19,264. Lomas del Sur, $161,887. That's in District 2. Phoenix Village, $71,169. That's in District 2. Stanford Heights Subdivision, that's in District 5. That's $51,722. Loop Subdivision, which is in District 5 as well. That is $40,044. Northeast Subdivision, San Isidro Northeast Subdivision, which is $862. That is in District 6. San Miguel Subdivision, which is $9,794. That is in District 6 as well. And Hidden Heaven Subdivision, District 6, that is $9,305, which the grand total is $597,392. These are the monies that they need to be allocated, so I can take it to the. I want to take it to the city council on Monday, so that each councilman can appropriate this money. Those are, in case you're Mr. Martinez. By the way, I want to recognize our new board member, Mr. Rafael Martinez. He is our new board member, got sworn in a couple of weeks ago. He's representing Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Torres. Okay, so the way it works is this money is allocated through subdivisions built. Now they have this money from the subdivision that was built. They have 1.5 miles that we can use this money to build the parks, to improve the parks, whatever needs to get done to the parks. It's anything within 1.5 miles to the subdivision, we're fine with this money. Okay.
At this point, right now, what you're looking at is, excuse me, Madam Mayor, Madam Chair, if you don't mind. Kind of awkward here, but
No, continue.
now it's the allocation of the funds per area. Are you at a later date going to come back with maybe like an update of what's this money going to be used for specifically at a later date? After the councilman kind of reviews it?
Yes, that's correct, Mr. Navarro. So once we tell the councilman, okay, you have 65,934 for Cuatro Vientos, and we're gonna identify the park, then we will come back to you on it. With those 65,000, we put them in this park, and this is the items that we bought for that park. Normally, we try to go with majority what your exercise equipment, your playscapes, anything that is needed for most parks that we try to identify as a park. Okay, so we will come back and tell you this is once we sit down with the councilman and give them the monies and tell them that they have the money there, that we will go back and tell them what they want, and then we'll present it to you as, okay, remember the monies that we did? This is what we put in the parks, all the equipment or amenities that we put in those particular parks. Okay, for example, let me give you an example. District 6, San Isidro Northeast Subdivision. All right. Those are the two parks that are brand new over there behind Academy towards United High School. Okay. They gave us the park. Mr. Pat Murphy gave us those parks pretty much was 90% done or pretty much already done. They still give us money, but we still got to improve some things in there. For example, Dr. Marte wants some new soccer goals. He wants some fencing to protect the neighbors from the ball going over. He wants to put new irrigation. He wants to put sod. So those 88,000 will be used particularly for those two subdivisions. For those two parks in those two subdivisions over there.
And a follow-up question on this is any of this money going to be money that's going to be reimbursed back to the city for things that have already been put in?
I'm sorry, Mr. Martin, can you say it again? Can you ask it again?
In other words, like, let's say the city has already done some improvements. Is any of this money going to be reimbursing some expenses the city has done already, or is this free and clear starting now?
No, for new items, for new facilities, for new amenities that need to get down. Anything that we've done is already done. This is for new facilities going to be added to these parks.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion?
Madam Chair, I think Mr. Poncho Ruiz just joined. Is that correct?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you want to make just for the record?
Do I need to say Mr. Ruiz has joined us for the record?
Oh, man, we already got it. Here, you want to
Okay.
just,
Great. So, Mr. Ruiz, we're just discussing some park improvement cash in lieu of park land. For the communication that was shared to us. And I think Orly had some questions which were answered. And now, is there any more discussion or do I have a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the allocation of funds. I'm trying to read it. Cash in lieu of land funds to be utilized exclusively for acquisition, development, or improvement of parkland within the service area originating subdivision as noted.
Second. Second.
Mr. Can, did you second that? Who seconded that?
Rafael Martinez.
Victor, we can't hear you. I can't hear
It was seconded by Rafael Martinez.
you. Okay, great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? I think that was carryover. All those opposed? Okay, motion carries.
thank you, Madam Chair.
It doesn't look like there are any staff reports. Are there any items for next meeting?
If I can go over some staff report just real quick, just to brief
there is.
what's going on.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
All right, just real briefly, I know we haven't met in three months or so, but as you know, right now, City Council has, we closed everything down. Slowly, we've been bringing back a little bit of the parks. The parks right now, for example, basketball courts, the skate park just opened last week. In our website, we have what's available, what's not available. At the parks, the trails are open. Currently, we just started a new bicycle program in the mornings and afternoons at 5 different trails throughout the city, in the north, the south, central, east, and west. So we're just waiting on council on Monday to see what other order they give us, what they want to proceed. So as of right now, we have most amenities are open. I saw your note there, Madam Chair. The playscapes are right now not open because council and medical doctors have told them that the congregation here, we don't have enough people to be cleaning them up and disinfecting them. So hopefully on Monday, when we have the city council meeting, something will come up and there might be a possibility of opening them up. As for the rec centers and the pools, as you all know, they're closed right now. We have, to my knowledge, we are going to be closed for the summer. We're using staff, actually, I don't know if you've seen it in the news or not, all the staff from the rec centers and all the staff from the aquatics, we went ahead and assigned them to our beautification program. So what we did was, for example, we got the staff inside rec center and we gave them 4 to 6 parks. And they're going out there and painting and fixing the parks up and giving them a lot of TLC that we don't have a chance throughout the year because our groundskeeper guys are out there cutting and going. So if you drive around and look at the parks, they look a lot better. They look like parks now. It's the beautification program has worked. I applaud our employees for doing that because they're out in the hot sun doing all this work and helping us, paint the benches or whatever is needed. They're doing a little bit of everything. So they're being useful in our department. Well, since the rec center stopped, the aquatic stopped, what are they doing? So, well, believe me, there's not enough work to get here. So we got them in a beautification program that's been working really, really well, and we got nothing to give compliments for it.
Coach, and if I may, I want to commend you all for doing that because I know that over the summer, we've been, this board has been very actively always every summer looking into the graffiti and all of that, the vandalism going on in our parks. So I think that's going to be very helpful. Come this summer, I think we're going to see a decrease in vandalism because they're going to see the activity of the entire park staff out there. So I commend you all for doing that and great job.
Mr. Vasquez, it is challenging for us, but I think we're putting it to use. Everybody's buying into it. Councilmen are really happy because they've never seen the park look so beautiful. So we still got some work to do. But hopefully we can we'll get to all of them as the summer goes on. Madam Chair, I saw there as far as the disinfecting, we will ask that question. We're just waiting for the slides and playscapes to see if that will be enough for them that we don't have to keep them disinfecting them. That's one of the questions that is going to be brought up on Monday, along with leads and to see if the fields can be used, the practices and all that. I know there's pros and cons, so that's going to be the agenda as well. So let's see what kind of direction we get from the medical experts on that. Okay. Also to report. Mr. Khan was also, we just selected, Mr. Khan was 2 weeks ago, we selected the firm to build the water park here at Unitrade. And hopefully that's going to be moving along pretty fast. And Mr. Khan, I want to thank you for joining us. There's a committee of 6 or 7 of us. And they will be starting up there pretty soon, meeting with us to see how we're going to be as well. Also, on Monday, Mr. Sergio Chavez is not with us this evening. He was in the committee for the selection of the firm for the sports complex. We already selected the firm. It's going to be brought up on Monday to city manager to recommend the firm for the city for the sports complex. So that also will be moving forward here. So that time frame, we're looking at about 2 to 2.5 years on that one. And Mr. Carter, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the water park is about a 2-year project as well. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they told us around there. Is that correct?
Sorry, what was the question again?
If I'm not mistaken, the time frame for the water park was around 2 to 2.5 years complete. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to get it confused with the sports complex because I was on both committees.
My understanding is that the city council is going to put on hold for, I don't know, 6 months to a year before they actually start going forward. That's what I was told.
Okay, then probably something I didn't know. I know that was talked about. I know that discussion might be coming up as well. So what that happens, then we'll see from there. As for the sports complex, we are looking into making them. I said the question. I am looking into making them some fields turf and some fields natural grass, or we can make it playable for the tournaments for soccer, for baseball, softball, volleyball courts will be there as well. That will hopefully need to get going because we're about to host a big pony tournament in the next couple of years that we had a couple of years back, and we got the bid. So hopefully we can have those fields ready to go in 2 years from now. So that one is also a priority to get it going. Other than that, I think that's it. As far as on our department, I know we right now we're still like all the city departments. We are kind of like we're at 75% working capacity. We got some people working from home, some people working out. We bring them every other day. Bringing all the crews back into work at full capacity. So
I had a couple of questions, if I may. Richard, you were talking about a delay there. So what happens at that point? Because I don't know what your all's committee meeting did, but that could change everything. That could change the bidding price. It could change a lot. So is that a council driven thought to delay it for a year and a half or so?
So I think what we selected was the firm that is going to start the process of doing the studies and getting the feedback from the public and eventually starting the design process. But I don't know. I was told by Mercurio Martinez that some portion of it was delayed. I don't know if it's the design and they're still going forward with, the public opinion and the feasibility study and all that, or what portion they're putting on hold.
Okay. And then, Mr. Gomez, are you at liberty to say who was selected for the park in South Laredo? Sports complex?
I don't have that information. Mr. Chavez is coordinating that. So I can't give you that information. I didn't put my hand on the Bible to swear. I don't know that information. Mr. Chavez has that. He knows he was the one that's driving this, or else I would tell you.
I had some questions. I put them in the chat. But I wanted to know if the city has any plans to incorporate fruit trees in any of the landscaping. I know we have the urban gardens, but I don't think we have any fruit trees.
Actually, Madam Chair, we started at Father Magno. We have microphones.
Are you getting feedback? I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, somebody's got the mic.
If you're not using the microphone, can you put it on mute?
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm understanding. Sorry about that. So we started our fruit orchard in Father Magnum, right along the trail back in February when we planted, and it's really nice. It's coming along really nice. We want to model that around different parks. I know Councilman Mark Martinez wants to do something at Slaughter. Hopefully we can do something at some other parks around the city. It looks really nice. It's about 20 to 25 fruit trees, fruit plants.
Are they apples or citrus?
Oh God, they're citrus. They're citrus. There's a little bit of everything. There's limes, there's oranges, there's a little bit of everything.
Not the sour oranges, right? Is it all the sour, inedible oranges?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so there's a different about 20 to 25 different plants, trees there. So and that's what we want to do across the different parks. I know Slaughter, we might do something at Independence as well, so that we can spread them out throughout the city. Actually, also in Montalvo Park, I know Councilman Bali also wanted to do something over there as well. So we might end up doing over there. Yeah, it looks nice. We want to plant that around, do something like that, like we did in Father Magno around the city.
Great. What happened with that birding museum that was in Mark's district, I think? It was this little house at the end of a long road.
It was the Sola over.
Yes. What happened with that? What's going on with that?
They are, we're still working with, he's still kind of coming in agreement with RISC, which is Rio Grande International Studies and all the controllers, something like that. They're trying to coordinate it because there's a building there that they want to work together with. So they're still on that. They kind of stand still with all this COVID stuff, but there was discussions, and Councilman Merck is working on it. Actually, he brought that up about 2-3 weeks ago, and hopefully we're still moving forward with that with RISC as well. Okay, but it's still there. It hasn't been put in the back burner.
Okay. I had another question. How is the website coming? I'm looking at the website now and I don't see anything where I can search the parks near me or the amenities near me. I know we had talked about that. And I know you guys were going to go back to the web designer. I'm just following up with that. It's like, so people who are not from Laredo, or even those of us who've been here for a long time can, go to the website, put their address and say, find a park near me, or find a handicap park near me, or, find a splash pad near me, but search the amenities.
I'm gonna let Anita use my microphone because she's kind of, and then I'll chime in.
Hi there.
Hi.
Okay, we have been looking into that. I know that we talked about it, our staff did. We still have some repairs to do on that website, some upgrades to do. And that is definitely one of them. We're working with, the person we need to work with is Andy Castaneda, who would help us with the GIS to identify a perimeter within 5 miles. This is where your park is. So it's going to be a in-depth project, if you will.
Even just where's the map? I didn't love that map that had all the parks on it, but I don't see it anymore on the website.
It is on the website.
Is it? Where is it?
Be there, Madam Chair. I think I actually saw it a couple of weeks ago when I got on there.
I'm on the website.
Sure.
We've got some ribbons that come up, and so it slows the website down, we've been noticing.
So I did see it there, but we will go back and visit on that to see maybe if it's not there. I can get Mr. Milan or Eddie Milan, our PIO. He's been running on our website to see what, if it's not there, what happened to it. Because I know we added some things, we take some things off now with all these announcements going on with the COVID. So we'll go back and let me go. If you can't, we'll go back and visit the first thing in the morning. Hopefully we can put that up again if it's not there. Okay. We'll follow up on that, and then we'll send you an email.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions for staff before we see what items we want to put next week for the next meeting?
I do have a question for the sports complex. Was there going to be an indoor facility with turf, like for soccer games, so they could be year round, or is everything outside?
One of the, Madam Chair, one of the ideas is to do a multi-purpose indoor facility. Okay, multi-purpose being you can play soccer, you can play flag football, you can play sports inside a indoor facility. That's one of the things that they are looking for, and they are looking that's going to be. We're looking at about 15 to 20 baseball fields, 5-6 soccer fields, 4 to 5 sand volleyball courts, and 1 multi-purpose facility that I'm talking about right now, and some splash pads around as well, and a nice walking trail that connects to 3 lakes there. And Mr. Navarro can share some a little bit there as well. There's also, I didn't know about this, that's not what I spoke to him. There's a half a lake there that hopefully we could connect a trail. There's a lake there that's about half a mile away, and we want to connect the trail to make it a bike trail and a walking trail there as well. So all this we'll take into consideration when we build this complex.
I have a question for Gracie, if I may. Gracie, what are you going to categorize this park? Is this going to be a regional park? Unmute. And the reason I ask that question is because if it's a regional park, then the landowners around it up to a certain distance wouldn't be putting parks in their developments. They'll be putting the cash in lieu into the regional park. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, well, mira, por eso quiero usar mi para que
I lost for.
Can you hear me from there?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the monies can be allocated for neighborhood parks. If this is gonna be a complex of a larger size, it's probably the developers can, when they pay their fees, they can just, those monies can be utilized for smaller parks around the neighborhood. I don't know if that's that answer your question, Orly, or I don't know if you were referring to something different that I missed.
No, what I'll do is I'll formulate my question and I'll email it to you. So probably by the next meeting, you can have an answer because I got to read the ordinance. So I apologize to everybody.
Go ahead, Orly, just send us that question and that way we get to it and we can answer that for you, okay? Also, let me, before I go on, Madam Chair, we were just looking at the website. The parks are there, the map, like in other words, if you hit John Ball's Park, it gives you the amenities, but you want the one that has a map with all the parks in the city of Laredo. Is that the one you're asking for, that you're looking for?
Well, there used to be a map and it was a little unwieldy, but it was the map of the whole city and it had all the parks on it and it didn't have any amenities or anything. It was just the map with the parks. And so you could kind of find your neighborhood and at least sort of search that way. You couldn't search amenities, but you could see what was around. And it wasn't my favorite map, but at least it was something.
Okay, no, we'll put that was not on there. We have the one that describes the amenities, but I see what you're saying. We'll put it up there. We'll get Mr. Milan to get up there and here real soon so we can put it up on the website.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from staff, ladies and gentlemen, that we can help you with?
I have a question. Maybe this might be out of my purview because it's Andrew Circle Park. Thank you for Ms. Briones for clarifying that. I was by there a few days ago and I noticed that it was completely dark. I don't know, maybe was it that maybe I was there, that the lights were not on, or is that something that needs to be addressed?
Mr. Vasquez, being probably that we were not turning on the lights anymore when we had the curfew, when the COVID came in, when the curfew came in with all parks. But normally our park hours are 11 p.m. So our lights turn off at 11 p.m. Now, when the COVID started in March, we told them all lights to be turned on. So it might be that we got to go back and report these lights now that we opened the parks. And I'm glad you brought that up because now we got to visit that and be able to look at that. Appreciate your concern.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Think there's any questions, Madam Chair, because we go to any items in the agenda with.
I do have a request maybe for the next board meeting and item. I do wish to move forward and approve the proposed 2019 Parks, Rec, and Open Space Master Plan. I would want to see maybe already we can approve that as we're coming along with the water park and we're coming along already with the complex centers, something that we can already send off to council that, so they can put the final stamp on it.
You want to give an update on that?
Yes, Mr. Vasquez, we are currently finalizing some data that we needed to update. We have the inventory that needed to be updated with the new amenities and things added to some of our parks, and also org charts for the department. So we're currently working on that, but hopefully for the next meeting we can have it ready for your blessing.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
On the website, there was supposed to be a wish list. I don't see that.
A wish list like to,
Like, we would love 10 crepe myrtle trees for this park. Sign up. For donations, for people who might
for
want
donations?
park benches or trees or.
No, that's something that,
It's gonna be like volunteer, or give back, something.
it was going to be, it's actually, there is a tab for it. If you look at it, a tab for donations and what you'd like to, and that's something that the park still is working on. Because for that process, we needed to map the park itself, identify each and every part, what was necessary to go into that park. And
Okay.
then the person would come in and hit donate. It was going to be like a wedding registry, if you will. So the parks needs to go in there, identify everything that is needed at the park, and then the public would be able to push the button and choose, okay, I want to do the 3 crepe myrtles, and I want them to be under my husband's name.
Part of the staff that we're doing right now with the rec center staff and the aquatic staff and the office staff, they're driving around and identifying what's there, what isn't on those parks. That's part of that's another, we got them doing out of these 111 some parks that we have to see that, so that we can do a little inventory for each park that's missing. So that's what we're working on that. We have 2 ladies working with this and getting identifying all the amenities. Okay.
And then Mr. Ken had brought up a while ago about the smart sprinkler system. Has there been any updates on that?
Well, as you know, we hit a hiring freeze throughout the whole city. And one of the things that I had requested was called as a master irrigation, as Mr. Khan had for us, and we could definitely use them. So it's on my wish list. Hopefully, when it comes around for budget time in October, because right now we're not hiring anyone, unfortunately. So hopefully, in my request that I did, as far as for personnel, I did put there that we're looking for a master to help us with all this stuff, because we had a hiring freeze. I think it was January, if I'm not mistaken, in January or February when we hit this hiring freeze, and before the COVID stuff. But in my presentation for our budget next year, that position is on the wish list.
Thank you. That's it for me. Does anybody else have any questions or discussion, or is there a motion to adjourn?
One last thing, can I get a copy of that master plan, since I just go down before we vote on it at the next meeting? If I can get a copy of that so I can review it.
Yes, sir. Rafa, we'll get somebody to call you. We'll go deliver it to you. All right, so you can have a copy of it and start looking at it. And we'll visit with you what we're doing as far as redlining. If we see something different, or we would like to, we can add, delete, or whatever. So that way we can give you enough time to take a look at it. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll contact you.
I stepped out for a second. Are we supposed to do something with the master plan? Additional? Because we had looked at it previously, and
I just requested, I know that prior to the beginning of the year, we had proposed that we approve the master plan, and then we postponed it. But then after all the COVID situation, we haven't been able to meet or so approve it. So that's my request, is that we finally get something approved, so we're able to send it off already. So that was my request.
okay. Victor.
So we were also scheduled to have a conference with the company, to give us a presentation on all this, and that's when all this COVID stuff came in. So possibly we can do that our next meeting, so we can set up a webinar, or if I don't know if things will change by then, or have access to webinar or in person. They can come in and presentation of the and we can give them feedback also for the master plan.
I guess I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes, and I think this is a record for us. 6:22. So
Yeah, it's because there was no food, that's why. But thank you all again. I know it's different times and we're the first time that we actually do it ourselves. So hopefully, let's see what happens for next month. We can meet in person. It's the same way. But if you have any other concerns or anything, feel free to contact us. And we're moving along. We got some challenging times ahead of us as well. Everybody, okay? Thank you all.
Are you all delivering the food?
Yeah. Deliver it.